again, everybody. My name is Anna Faut, and today I'm speaking with Alex Grigorev, who is TACT Director Artist Managers. Alex has been representing artists for nearly 2 decades, and he will answer our questions about choosing the right agency, the right collaboration format with an agency, and he'll say a word about competitions. So, Alex, how would you say do you find talent for your roster?
Hello, everybody. Hello, Anna. I'm very happy, actually, that you invited me for this meeting and conversation. Actually, after working almost 17 years in the company, I realized that due to auditions, we have only few artists whom we found through auditions. Most of the artists we have found by visiting performances, where they have convinced as a complex, not just the voice they have, but the actor, the relation between the artist and his colleague, the interaction, the musicality, which you can see during the performance, even if at a certain moment something doesn't really comes perfectly out. One note or another could be not that perfect. Still, the overall impression an artist gives at the end of a performance is, for me, the biggest reason to be interested in working with him or with her. Then second for me is a recommendation, which I very often get from artists I'm working already with, or from casting directors or conductors. And then the third important place I have got interesting artists were competitions. And most of all, I try to be in all rounds of the competition, not at the finals. Just because very often very interesting voices come with not the right repertoire, and they do not reach the finals, but still they possess probably a very good potential to later realize that they made a mistake with choosing not the right repertoire. But for me, they become interesting, and I put them into a list, and then I just follow for a year or two their development. And it can happen that I approach an artist only 2 years after I have heard him or her in a competition.
In this case, this leads me to another question. Many singers, especially young singers, often get conflicting advice or are being told not to enter competitions. These competitions may or may not be a good investment for them. Do you actually think that competitions are a worthy investment for a young singer of their time and their energy?
Absolutely. The competition is a kind of a litmus paper. Not only if the artist has got already the technical skills to produce or to reproduce a certain amount of arias, but they, if they are smart, they should not go away after they have sang, but they should listen to their colleagues, competitors, and try to learn from them. And if they can afford it financially, they should also stay till the final and try to make a recapitulation why this or the other one won and why I didn't pass. If they do not pass, what can be improved in my presentation, in my repertoire. They should try to get in touch during the competition with as many as possible managers, agents probably try to get in touch with people from the jury. I know it's very difficult, but if there might be a chance, they should try to gather as much as possible information about their own presentation.
This is really great information, Alex. Thank you so much, and great advice. What happens if the singer themselves wants to approach you as an agent or us as an agency? How does one do that most effectively?
So I have to confess that weekly, and now during the corona, I get more, but weekly I have between 10 and 20 emails where somebody approaches me with the request to be invited for an audition. I prefer this way of approach than to be approached by messengers, because in an email they can put some links, some videos, and biography, and I have to be. I have to confess that very often I read what I see sent by young artists. If I have the chance to listen to a recording, I immediately go and listen to a recording before I have read any biography. So I prefer to listen to a recording being tabula rasa, without having no background of the artist, because the biography can be big or short. If the artist interests me, then the biography doesn't really matter. The second level is if I like somebody, if I like the voice, if I like the presentation, I listen to a second recording, and then I put this artist into a list for a possible audition. I do not make so many auditions anymore, but probably 2-3 times a year I would invite some young people for an audition.
Oh, that's really, really great to hear, Alex, because I think this gives hope to singers that may have so-called holes in their resume, but really may have something very special to offer. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you for part 2 of this wonderful interview.